Here it is. One last time.
Oh, here we go again.
Hopefully things go well this year. We're even on the freaking... We're even in the con book. I was literally having coffee and dinner with a bunch of Netflix celebrities. I don't know what more can top this, but holy shit.
Duncan Fleisch. Who Fleisch is up there?
Flaming Dash. Genesis Raptus. Hart Mender. Herbie Hops.
Yes, thank you!
Yeah. Jet Setter. Lady Logic.
So, it's been about 2 years since we were at the event in the Pacific Northwest with 6 of the lead Netflix voice actors of Make Your Mark being our guests of honor during Everfree Northwest 2023. This time, unlike what happened at Bay Area 2022, we didn't step away because we had a bad year. We stepped away for a while because our friends in California needed all the love and support that they could get, as they were struggling with their nonprofit organization out there in the Bay Area, and I wasn't going to sit around with my dick in my hand and do nothing about it. I knew that I had to do what I could to try to help out this event. The dude that runs this event even f***ing signed this. Oh, f***ing shit. Oh, f***. Every single person that had to deal with BabsCon fucking signed it. Holy shit. And sadly, it just wasn't enough to save Bay Area Brony Spectacular, but we did do what we tried to do to try to help save their organization. If I wanted to wrap up the 2025 calendar year, I wanted to wrap it up by going back to an event that held the most memories outside of Bay Area 2025. And with next year's schedule being uncertain, I don't know what we're leading to up at the point right now. Everfree Northwest 2023 was a great time, and I loved every minute of it, and it was purely intense and some of the greatest experiences that we ever had in Seattle. I would love to do it again, which ironically this year we are going to be doing it again. And even though it's going to be different guests of honor, you know, different schedules, different VIP experiences, different, you know, environments, what really matters is I wanted to conclude this year by going back to an event that held the most memorable, unforgettable experiences from 2 years ago. Because I don't know what next year's schedule looks like, but for now, let's go back somewhere that had the greatest times imaginable. Remember, we had no negative experiences at Everfree Northwest 2023. I stepped away because I wanted to help out the event in California with trying to keep their doors open. And, you know, we tried to give everything we could, and even though it just wasn't enough to keep the doors open, I still busted my balls to do everything I could for that event in the Bay Area. Now that that event is sadly gone, now it's time to return to yet again the second part of our plan, which is coming back to Everfree Northwest, in which 2 years ago, we had some of the most incredible, unforgettable experiences. And you know what? We're hoping that this year, it will be the same way as it was 2 years ago. Even if things have changed, let's hope things work out.
Fuck you, you piece of fuck.
When I talked about how I was never gonna forget an old friend when we were returning to Everfree Northwest this year, well, I meant it. We're live here in Albuquerque with Golden Gates, and it's gonna be a long, tiring day. But you know what? We're bringing an old friend with us to the streets of Seattle. It's gonna be a tiring day, and even though it doesn't need to be done, with all due respect for everything that I busted for this event in San Francisco, we're taking her with us to Washington State. It's gonna be a tiring day, but you know what? We're doing this together. I did not contribute over $6,000 to help out this venue in San Francisco to give up now. I said, and I quote, that I was literally bringing Golden Gates with me to Everfree Northwest 2025. I wasn't around. I told you I wasn't messing around. Just to think that we were literally just traveling 4 months ago, heading out to BabsCon 2025, which was their final farewell. And now here it is, 4 months later, traveling again, this time heading to Everfree Northwest 2025. Exactly 2 years since our last visit to Seattle with all these Netflix celebrities of Make Your Mark. Oh, this is gonna be a tiring flight. I guess it's time to return to sea creature territory. At Everfree Northwest. I've been gone 2 years because I've been helping out the venue in San Francisco. Let's see what you guys got. Because it's either between your event or going to the event in Texas. And well, seems like we might have a strong start at this place. Here I come, Marina. Treat me as one of your own. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Coming into Denver International pretty soon, but you guys want to know what the real sad thing is? And I didn't think about this until we started landing in Denver. We're almost taking the same exact flight pattern we took between BabsCon and Everfree Northwest this year, because basically for BabsCon we had made a layover at Denver International on the way to San Francisco, and then San Francisco to San Diego. Well, it's time to leave Denver International Airport. We are now on our way to San Francisco International after so many hours, and maybe a little bit of a delay by like 20-30 minutes. And from the looks of it, it looks like our hotel is ready to be checked in too. So as soon as we get off this plane in San Francisco, we just go find our luggage, find the shuttle bus, get over to the Hyatt Regency, get checked in, get ourselves settled in, and wait around like another 6-5 hours until day 0. For Everfree Northwest 2025, we're going not San Diego. We're going I can't even speak. We're going Denver International to Seattle Tacoma International. So instead of going like straight left across like a bunch of different states to get to California, we're going like over like Montana and Idaho and all those other states just to get back to Washington State, which is pretty sad, judging how we took a layover at Denver on the way to saying our final goodbyes in California this year. Look at that. Look at all those big buildings down there. That has to be Denver. Like, there's no doubt that this is straight up just Denver. There's just a lot of big buildings. That looks like a big business center all the way out there. Oh, well, that means we're coming in for a landing soon. I don't even know how many times I've landed at Denver International Airport in the times that I've traveled. I mean, we've landed at Denver International during BabsCon 2022, Everfree Northwest 2023, I think BabsCon 2025, and now Everfree Northwest 2025. I think BabsCon 2024, we landed at Sky Harbor back in Arizona, and that was a freaking mistake. Never again with that POS airport. Landing in Sky Harbor was a freaking joke. I haven't even had my VIP experience with Nicole Oliver, and I'm over here already getting blinded. I guess that's what happens when you join the dark side. Here we go, we're going in for a landing at Denver International here in Colorado. Just one more last flight to go, and we're in Seattle for the first time in 2 years. Oh, this is gonna be bumpy, I can just feel it. Oh! CJ, follow that train! So we have about 20 to 30 minutes to catch our next flight to Seattle. Good thing is, it's just right there. We just have to get off the plane and go 2 doors down to our next flight. Not like that scene in Home Alone where, you know, they slept in late and they're all running to their American airline flight. Peter! You know, in a panic. We're literally just right there. It's kind of weird that this is going to be the first time back in Marina's territory in 2 years since we were hanging out with the Netflix celebrities in 2023. And we're boarding in just a couple more minutes. It's just been a long, tiring day, a long, tiring flight. There's Jenna Warren and all those guys from 2 years ago when you need them. Man, it just looks like we're communicating with the aliens or something. I mean, surely we gotta be getting to Seattle soon. We've been in flight for almost an hour and a half. They said 2 hours. We gotta be getting there soon. We've been flying for hours, and I've been also, you know, just tired. But I've also been thinking that, like, the only positive things I can think about this year's event is, like, the prior interactions between myself, Ellie Ray Hennessy, Andrea Lipman, and Tabitha St. Germain. I mean, Tabitha St. Germain has, like, constantly checked up on my Twitter on occasion. And she started calling me Love Bug from the freaking Walt Disney movie that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are all too familiar with Lindsay Lohan. And she's probably like one of the most sweetest voice actors that's a retired voice actor from Hasbro that's been checking up on me on occasion. And she's gonna be there this weekend. You know, I can't turn down that opportunity of having a good time with her. Even, you know, if she's a retired Hasbro voice actor, we've always shared some good moments together. And back in San Francisco, we had a couple of glasses together, and, you know, she got to know more about me and my family and a lot of things. So maybe some positive things are gonna happen again. This would be the third time I've met her. And yeah. Well, this is how you know we're definitely in Seattle. Nice to see you again, old friend. We haven't seen each other in a while, ever since Operation Save BabsCon. We finally made it. Seattle Tacoma International Airport in Washington State.
On behalf of this flight for Southwest Airlines, we want to welcome you to Seattle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Your seat back in your tray tables in their full upright mount position. And please keep all carry-on items completely still under the seats in front of you.
Ew, she sneezed on me.
Use caution when you open up those overhead bins, as items could have shuffled during flight and may fall out. Moving on to Southwest Airlines today. Please go out, be kind, and take care of one another. As we make our way to the gate, this was quite a long flight. If you took anything out, take a look around your seat back pocket. Ensure you have all of your belongings with you. Once you exit the aircraft, you will not be permitted to return and retrieve any lost or forgotten items. For those of you that requested loan shark assistance here in Seattle, please stand by. I will let you know if they are here in the drug bridge, waiting for you.
Just to think the last time we were here in Washington State was 2 years ago when we were hanging out with the Netflix celebrities of Make Your Mark because things didn't work out at Space Edition BabsCon and I needed to get away for a while. Oh, here we go, dude. First time being in Washington State in 2 years. 2 years that we've been in this state. Look at that. Welcome to SEA, Seattle Tacoma International Airport. We made it, dude. Hell yeah. Just to think the last time we were here, we were hanging out with the Netflix celebrities. We made it.
It's the second time I've done that joke, but now there's more of a crowd.
That is a big sea creature, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's an orca, so they are usually
Orca pony.
big.
Well, that's big, all right.
Yes.
Wow. That actually looks fantastic. Here it is, the weekend of Everfree Northwest 2025 with our first ever custom commission from Zinkies. And unfortunately it's not a metal badge, but it is pretty cool looking how we actually have something official that we can work with now. Oh my. We got a bunch of stuff in here. We got beach balls and t-shirts and all kinds of things in here. Oh, it's a convention book with passes. Yeah, huge thanks to Zinkies. Unfortunately, it's not a metal badge this year for some reason, but huge thanks to that person for making a custom artwork that we can actually use. And yes, we're live in Seattle this weekend. As a matter of fact, I just got off the plane today, so come check me out when I'm around Everfree Northwest 2025, and we'll see you guys soon. The thing with coming back a second time is it's like we're literally time traveling, because literally just 2 years ago, in this very same location, was one of the most unique, unforgettable, emotional experiences we ever dealt with. Past these doors is where 2 years ago I ended up having dinner with Jenna Warren, Joshua Graham, and Anna Sani of Netflix's Make Your Mark. And it was one of the most remarkable, unforgettable experiences we ever dealt with.
I was actually sitting at the same table with these people.
That, whatever happened in August of 2023, that was a freaking crazy, intense experience that still lives rent-free in my life on a day-to-day basis, even 2 years later. I gotta take some photos and send them to my guy Ron. It says Trevor Phillips of Trevor Phillips Industries. This is what they call a Cinemark Reserve, huh? So this is like a Cinemark that has a bar on it. Interesting. I've never actually seen a Cinemark Reserve in my life. I gotta send some of these photos to my guy Ron. So technically we're on the day of day 0. Today's just nothing but picking up badges and checking out the surroundings and hanging out with friends. Tomorrow's the opening ceremony of Everfree Northwest 2025. So I'm just going around snapping photos of the scenery, videos, you know, taking the opportunity of what we missed during our last visit 2 years ago Because during our last visit 2 years ago, I was too focused on a lot of the more event aspects of hanging out with these celebrities. I mean, it's like literally Bellevue Square and Lincoln Square are literally attached to the Hyatt Regency Bellevue. It is like one of the most complex, interesting buildings I've ever seen in the Pacific Northwest. And when we were here with the Netflix celebrities 2 years ago, we just hung around with the Netflix celebrities and just had a good time. Now here it is, our second chance coming back 2 years later, and I want to try to grab as much photos and videos of this place as possible, you know, as as part of the ordeal with the surroundings, as well as, you know, filming the main events. But I also want to try to cover more ground that I missed out on during our last visit 2 years ago. So that's kind of like what I'm doing right now.
Put me down.
Here it is, the first day of Everfree Northwest 2025 here in Washington State. And usually I'd be doing some B-roll footage, I'd be shooting some extra footage, you know, having you guys see the behind the scenes footage of what it's like to be at this event. But this year, I've decided I wanted to do something different. I'm not gonna be shooting some behind the scenes footage on the very first day. Instead, we're going to be bringing an old friend to the venue. Back in April of this year, BabsCon had closed for good, and Golden Gates sadly said her final goodbyes.
Here it is. One last time.
However, I told some of the organizers that I would be taking her with me to the event in Seattle this weekend, so she can say her final goodbyes to the venue in the Pacific Northwest. Instead of going around and filming their progress, we're gonna do some final photo opportunities before her official long-term retirement. Kinda had a crazy photo opportunity. Lengthy retirement after her 11 years of operation out in California. So I thought I would pass along the honors. But yeah, this year, we're not just doing behind the scenes so that way you guys can see how the event is. This year, I'm more focused on giving an old friend their final goodbyes. And I'm not saying that I'm leaving Everfree for good. However, next year, I might be traveling alone without her. And this was her last ever year to even remain relevant in today's conventions. So I figured this would be the best time to have an old friend say their final goodbyes. I like how this year they actually covered the piano, because a lot of people were playing something built in 1899 and getting security called on them. However, I see something that does not belong on here though. Come on, dude. Can't be doing that, guys. I'm trying to prevent you from getting in trouble. I hope you guys don't mind if an old friend came to say their final goodbyes. So we're in Lincoln / Bellevue Square right now. And it looks like all the shops have closed for the day too. This would be the perfect time for an old friend to say their goodbyes. So you know what? If some of that residue is left behind from our last visit, maybe she can have a piece of it. Just the way that everything is laid out around this place is just really, really interesting. I hope they won't mind if I use their location for an old friend to say their final goodbyes. An old friend wanted to say their goodbyes. I have no intent on disrupting business or disrupting the closure period. Just some old friend wanted to stop by and say goodbye. Now my big question is, what is up with this structure, dude? Like, I've never understood this art piece. Here's one of the sightseeing things I missed out on 2 years ago. It's gonna be hard to see it right now, but this is just like a straight up waterfall just raining down from the ceiling of this place. And I think it like gets recycled all the way back at the bottom, and then it like rinses and repeats again. Or it's just like an endless cycle of a waterfall just streaming straight down. This was like something we missed out on during our last visit 2 years ago. We go bother our old friends at the the Cinemark Lincoln Squares that's up here. Man, this place, dude. Back in 2023 with our Netflix celebrities, this is where the magic had started before I had dinner with Jenna Warren, Joshua Graham, and Anna Sani back in Everfree Northwest 2023. The reason that I came back this year, 2 years later, it wasn't because it was just another year at this event. The reason I came back was I wanted to conclude this year on a high note after losing the event in San Francisco, but also out of a multitude of different events that are out there, like the events in like Milwaukee and Florida and I think even Chicago and some of the other ones that are like starting up in Germany and like late at this time of year, was I only go to one event per year. This year I was lucky enough to make 2 events, and I wanted to conclude this year by going back somewhere where we shared the most memorable experiences 2 years ago at 2 separate locations. Everfree Northwest 2023 was my first time at this event, and one of the most unforgettable, intense experiences that basically still lives rent-free in my life, even 2 years later. BabsCon is completely gone. So which means this is technically the last event that is left on the West Coast. And I want to try to make this event work. And so far it looks like it might work. And we just shared the most memorable experiences the first time we were here in 2023. So here we go with the first day here at Everfree Northwest 2025 in Washington State. And I don't think I ever got the chance of explaining why, out of all the events that are ongoing the rest of 2025, that I chose to came back to this event. So here we go. The first day of Everfree Northwest 2025 here in Washington State. And I never really got the chance to fully explain why I chose this event to return to conclude this calendar year out of other events that are starting up in Chicago, Milwaukee, Germany, or Orlando. And there's a reason why I chose to come back to this event 2 years later. The reason I decided to come back to this event exactly 2 years since our last visit was I wanted to conclude the 2025 calendar on a high note, because next year I don't know what it looks like on my calendar, but I'm definitely gonna try to see if I can come back again. The last time we were here was in 2023 with 6 of the lead Netflix voice actors, and that was my first time here. And we had some really crazy, unforgettable situations that occurred in this very same building, in this very same venue, that it wasn't that far down a list of I wanted to come back to this place and just end this year with just some of the greatest memories. I mean, literally, just right through these doors, I had my first ever VIP experience in 2023. And this was also my first time at Everfree Northwest. And we had dinner with 3 of the lead Netflix voice actors of Make Your Mark. Jenna Warren, Joshua Graham, and Anna Sani. And it was one of the most intense, unforgettable, craziest VIP experiences that I had ever had, even with it being the first time with a VIP experience. After the event in California had concluded, a lot of people told me to come back here, and I did. That's why we're here this weekend. There is no doubt in my mind that I would turn down an opportunity from a lot of people saying that I should come to this event next. With everything that happened in 2023, dude, I would take any opportunity to come back to this place. I came to this event for the first time 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, not really much is gonna happen at this place. And then the freaking lid got blown off of this place with some of the craziest experiences that still live in my life to this day from 2 years ago, rent free. I hope we're ready for another exciting weekend, because if it's anything like what happened 2 years ago, we're in for another freaking exciting weekend. Bro, this is that stairway that a couple years ago I made that all you had to do was follow that train CJ joke. Well, I was like, well, I'm just like stepping in ambience, and I was like, hey CJ, all you had to do was follow that train.
And walking down these stairs makes me sound like I'm walking in like ambience in San Andreas. Just hey yo CJ, all we had to do was follow that train.
Oh, what the heck? It's like a hallway just full of art that's just chilling over here. Bruh. Speaking of CJ, all you had to do was follow that train. Don't know what CJ following the train has to deal with, just ironically just seeing all the artwork just placed like this, but alright. I dropped off the old friend back at the hotel room, but I'm just walking around just doing some extra footage now. I mean, I gotta go on a diet anyways. It is the first day of Everfree Northwest 2025, and I noticed how most of these restaurants have a food safety rating across King County and Seattle. And I think honestly that's beautiful, so that way you know what you're digging yourself into, is if it's a clean restaurant or not. Back in my own hometown, there was a Red Robin Gourmet Burgers across the street from my job that I think got a very unsatisfactory visit from the health examiner. And apparently those hamburgers had gotten like roaches and stuff in their food, which is really disgusting. I don't understand how people would eat at like Red Robin and then like just be perfectly okay with like eating roaches. Seems like a lot of people that I ran across in King County, Bellevue, or Seattle, there's a lot of good health places, including apparently the Starbucks that passed inspection. So I mean, it's nice to know you're drinking nice, clean, filtered Starbucks coffee in the morning, and not something that's probably filled with like roach shit. Just take a look at Bellevue Square, or sorry, not Bellevue Square, Bellevue Way for a second. You got Lucky Strike, you got Microsoft, Cinemark, Din Tai Fung, you got Cheesecake Factory, Crate and Barrel. It's like we're walking right in the middle of downtown Baltimore again, only a lot more nicer.
We're walking down. See, this is basically everyday Baltimore traffic. Honking horns, ambulance sirens. Exactly my point.
Right here, that's where the hotel is. This is where the event takes place every single year,
right here on 900 Bellevue Way Northeast in Washington State. Ever since they moved from the Hilton Doubletree, they've been using this place. And honestly, a lot of the celebrities, excuse me for my stutter, actually don't mind using this one. It's a lot more nicer looking too. All right, it is officially party time. The opening ceremony and the vendor sections are opening, and meanwhile, I'm distributing some free table items to maybe level out a little bit more respect, so that way people will get a chance to know me up here in the Pacific Northwest. Because, like I said, this is my second year. I'd like to come back and support more, but as of what it looks like for next year, there's just a multitude of different things I'm dealing with for next year, but I'm gonna try to push as hard as I can to come back. Apparently, next month I gotta renew my tags on the car. Next year I gotta get new tires on the car. And yeah, there's just a lot of out-of-pocket finances that are coming up after New Year's. So I'm gonna try to push what I can to get back, but it's probably not gonna be easy. Oh, nice. They got some autograph rules in big text. So this is new. I'm not too sure if it's true or not, but I heard about this on Facebook that apparently somebody in 2024 had brought like over 20 items for Rebecca, the voice actor for Sunset Shimmer. They brought like over 20 items for Rebecca to autograph. And I'm not too sure if that was true or not. I only heard about it through Facebook, but it's actually pretty cool that they're taking precautions. Vouchers are required for all purchases. Exact voucher amount must be used. Cash will not be accepted by VIPs. Change will not be given. If you want to arrange for a higher quantity of autographs from a single VIP, please contact one of our guest relation team members and we will arrange for your items to be signed outside of autograph room hours. We also provide you with a pickup time and location. Please be mindful at your table, or of your time at the table. There are many fans looking forward to meeting with the VIPs, and there is a limited amount of time for all to do so. So it's actually pretty cool that they actually put some giant rules outbound. And honestly, if that one person actually did bring like 20 items, I hope these people actually took precautions on making sure that didn't happen. Because if somebody brought like 20 items to get signed all at once, I think that's just ridiculous. 20 items being signed at once is kind of like excessive. Something's telling me, and I could be wrong, that person was probably trying to flip some serious coin on eBay or any live auction websites. Man, look at this. We got a whole plushie table going on. Of course, I had to bring her. There is a lot of them. It's a whole pony plushie party at most. I just had a VIP experience with Nicole Oliver, Princess Celestia's former voice actor. Cuz, let's go! Wow, so Midnight Premiere is not doing a BabsCon lounge, she's doing a Glowing Sea lounge. Nice. Let's see how the old friends that I helped with their engagement are doing.
Close my eyes, your voice, I hear it tonight. I know that everything will be alright. So I'll lie down and think of you with the words at your feet as you start to rise in the east. Nights get hushed now, quiet now as I drift to sleep. I'll see you in my dreams.
You wanna know the really sad thing? This is the only event table that they have for the venue in Texas, aside from the people in Vancouver, but there's no Bay Area table, unlike what happened last year. Speaking of California, actually, Here's their table right here, and this morning I just purchased my flight information, so all that's just left is the hotel reservation. And we're ready to keep some promises. But you know what? Maybe we can always fix that. We can always just imagine. Well, here we go. The last 2 days of being in Seattle until next year. I guess we could always go check out the concert. You know what? Let's go do that. Oh yeah, wasn't this the hotel where I said back in 2023 that this place looked like the Diamond Casino heist from Grand Theft Auto 5? I could have sworn I remembered saying something about this place looking like the Diamond Casino heist.
This hotel's kind of nice, dude. Kind of looks like a freaking like Diamond Casino heist from Grand Theft Auto. If anybody still remembers that heist, or if they still grind on it.
Just look at how it's laid out. I mean, it kind of looks like a Diamond Casino heist. Just like all characteristic and all fancy looking.
Whatever, f you. Oh, sh**.
I gotta go pick up some coffee beans this morning. Whenever this guy in his Ford Windstar decided to go for it. Who the f drives a Ford Windstar in one of the richest parts of Bellevue?
Who wears black in California sun? Who the f wears black?
That's what I want to know. I say, to be fair, who drives a Hyundai Elantra with duct tape on the back of their car like that in one of the more finer parts of this town? But then again, I haven't had my coffee this morning, so I can't really say anything. I honestly find it insane how they do things differently in the Pacific Northwest than compared to my own backyard. That's a funky looking bathroom. That's a weird looking bathroom. Where else does it go? Looks like, oh, I was about to say, am I at a Starbucks or am I walking in a Target somewhere? Oh yeah, wasn't this the bathroom a couple years ago that I said looked like Sonic Adventure DX? It is the bathroom that I said looks like Sonic Adventure DX. Where I want to know is where all the budget is going to make a bathroom look like Casinopolis, you know? Hello from the SF, Bay Area. Are we sure it was a good idea pulling the plug on that event? Just saying as a general statement. Oh, here we are. Day 2 of the event here in Washington State. Which means tomorrow is unfortunately the last day for this year. And unfortunately, this is my last event this year too. Not saying I'm giving up for good, but there's a chance I might be back again next year. See, at least a good thing about this event is it's nice to know that the artist that I helped with their engagement this past April is still around. Just like the vice chair and the events lead and even a dude from Con Ops. So it's nice to see that the old crew is still laying around one way or another. Personally, I wish the event in California would have lived a little bit longer, but it is what it is. Maybe someday I'll get an invite if they decide to relaunch that venue, if or when they ever do. Oh, this is actually some... I forgot how crazy this hotel gets. Oh, man.
Notice there's a bunch of extra convention books that are around here. Let's see if we're in here. Oh yeah, there we are. We are in this year's book. Heck yeah, dude. Let this be a lesson learned to some people. Harassment of any kind will not be tolerated, including behavior that intentionally annoys, threatens, or frightens others. The Discord server is a good example of that.
You.
You little cunt me, you. I tell you, you with me.
But hey, second year back, man. I feel like they did some amazing artwork for this year too. Unfortunately, the registration artwork is not up right now, but they did some amazing art throughout this entire place this weekend. See, if only we can travel international. Birmingham. It's not in Nottingham anymore. Apparently this event is not in Nottingham anymore. It's in Birmingham, United Kingdom now. Interesting. Although I do wonder something though. Oh, it is empty. Check this out. I'm gonna go run in and grab some photos real quick. Check this out, cuzzo. So here's our guests of honor for this year. We got Lord Tyrek, Star Swirl the Bearded. We got Rarity and Princess Luna, Grandma Figgy, Fluttershy Pinkie Pie. We got Sandbar, the director / writer of the G5 series. And of course, we all know this dude. This is all what we're working with this year, pretty much. Well, and this dude. Forgot to mention about that, but this is all what we're working with this year, pretty much. This is exactly the situation I was talking about when we returned. That is an Audi R8 from Montana. Yo. That's what I was talking about coming back to this state and having high-end vehicles to look at. This is exactly what I was talking about. So this is Bellevue Square Mall, huh? Kind of reminds me of Coronado or Cottonwood, but hey, could just be me. Could just be like 80% of the malls across America looking similar to each other. That right, Goldie. We're traveling through space and time together. Dude, this is sick, dude. It's a whole store devoted to Lego that is not involving on walking down the aisle of a Target or a Walmart somewhere. Yo. Wow. Oh my good lord. They got the Titanic, dude. I can actually once from my life say that I actually stepped foot in a legitimate Lego store and said that I wasn't lying. Wow, dude. Wild, bro. Wow. Is that That's a full-scale Lego Star Wars Stormtrooper, bro. Yo. What? They got Sonic the Hedgehog and Super Mario ones and Lego City and Lego Creator. They got everything in this small store. Whoa, dude. Oh, well, I gotta save my money, but it was actually cool checking it out.
Shoots with her. Basically, my excuse to go around and watch it. Why not? So I go ahead and I get a commission done by Everfree Plus on Facebook. They were able to take the images I had of Twiggles, and you can see there's a Twiggles right there, and they got really close, if not almost right on top, except it's not so long. live here as they say. And now it is 3 times larger than any other Twinkles plushie, so now it is the big Twinkles that makes all the rules. Because in a weird way, I have one. Though at a great cost.
My name is Mystic Morning, and I am a plush opponent. And I will admit I do have a problem with public speaking, so this is going to be difficult. I do not have a problem with collecting trends.
Yeah. I'm going in line.
This actually is my partner's. So I actually
play a lot recently, and she's come with me every time. And I also have this little apple bottom that I got here. He's very small. My friend has this big apple bottom back there, and I'm really jealous. But I have a big flawless that I got a fast on that, so that's still. Yeah, I like taking pictures of her when I'm ever traveling. Just like putting her like on cool things I see, or like just holding her in front of me and taking a picture while people look at me weird. But it's like chill, they don't understand. I'm just like way cooler than them, so yeah. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace Murphy, and I'm a plushaholic. So I actually brought this plush with me to the convention, but I just saw her, and I'm pretty sure you made her. Everybody clap. She's so beautiful. She's made the rest of my shoulder. I've been obsessed with plushies. Yeah, just like that. I've been obsessed with plushies since I was a little kid. I have a lot in common with Vivian. I also used to record videos on my camcorder as a kid. I have probably, I don't even know how many plushies I have in the house. My partner can attest, it's a lot. We have like a designated plushie closet. I just think they're wonderful and special, and even when I was a little kid and I had a hard time making friends, I always knew that some guys would be there for me. And one of my favorite plushie memories, when I was about 4 years old, I got my very first Pikachu plush, and I still have it to this day, and I have probably about 30 40 Pikachus at this point. Well, that's about it. Thank you.
What's up? It's your boy.
Hi, yo boy. Hi, yo boy.
You can call this team, Buckball MVP, second place runner-up. Let's go.
Yeah.
I was not going to say that, but I heard that the first step of admitting you have a problem is admitting you have a problem.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I guess I am a plushaholic. I got Fluttershy, my first and only plush as of now.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, money is expensive.
True that.
But I have been saving up for a 4-foot sunset shimmer plush and a custom dress.
Ooh.
I'm still saving up for that. But I hope to be able to report it by next year sometime. And I know that probably a few of you have some monetary deficiencies. So I would like to recommend Symbiote Studio has a good assortment of money plushes for good prices. And that's where Fluttershy is from. So shout out to the guy who was up here with Pleasant. Anyways, my tolerance for awkwardness has reached its limit,
So it looks like we're on our second VIP event within the next couple hours, and both Nicole Oliver and Tabitha St. Germain said they wanted to see me at the dinner table tonight. So you're telling me 2 retired Hasbro voice actors
aka some rulers of Equestria, want to see me at the dinner table at the breakfast buffet shortly. Really? Well, it's a good thing I brought my suit. Might be needing it. I mean, I guess we had a decent year this year. Would have made it a lot better if some of our old friends from like 2 years ago would have showed up. But you know what? I feel like we've made a lot of progress this year compared to our last visit 2 years ago. So I will give that a plus. So maybe some things can be worked out with this place. Some of those fears that I had might be getting pushed aside, and some things might actually work. So if anybody needs me, I'll probably be at the venue in Seattle. I mean, it's probably a longer flight and probably a little bit more expensive, but I feel like we're getting somewhere. I really do. Look at this. There's a Microsoft headquarters up here, up in Bellevue. So this is like, they got their TikTok headquarters, LinkedIn, and they got their Microsoft headquarters up here, as well as UiPath, whatever that is. But that's wild. Other thing I should mention is, with all the VIP thing and all this positive thinking about how I feel like things might work out, this entire weekend, probably like about 4 or 5 times on Twitter, Everfree Northwest had actually liked a few of my posts, which I thought was wild. About 4 to 5 times these guys actually dropped by and visited some of my posts. Who knows? Maybe this could be like BabsCon 2.0, where eventually I'll get enough recognition where these guys will start telling me that I belong at this place. Feeling that I missed the most from the venue in California is having those people that are like volunteers and everything telling me that they're supportive of everything that I've done and that I belong at this place. That's the one thing that I miss the most, is those considerate words. I've seen some of the guys from BabsCon that are now staff members at this place, but I miss hearing those words from just some of the people, and it would mean a lot. I can't really cry before the next VIP event. I'm just saying that if I can start hearing those words when we finally get there, it would be completely crazy. But I feel like we're getting there. We're making a little bit of progress, and I feel like we're getting to that point where eventually things will feel a lot more comfortable at this place, and these people want me to be one with them. They want me to be one with the sea people. And I'm not talking about James Cameron's Avatar 2. I'm talking about becoming one with the Puget Sound, becoming one in Marina's territory, becoming one with the state of Washington. Who knows? We might be getting there eventually. That's pretty cute. Yo, what the heck? Is there somebody in a fursuit in there? Oh, there is. Okay. That's pretty cool. There's a sea poner. Wubbies! They're really doing the My Little Pony theme in jazz.
literally walk up to some random people and be like, hey, you like jazz? Literally, that's what it is. It's jazz. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is like the Victorian age. Pretty soon I'm going to be driving around in my 1920s Ford Model T for all I know. I like who I found hanging around the event.
Put me down.
They actually had newer models released this year, but I think they quickly sold out. So I think a handful of us actually got one. So you know what that means. It's a shame I gotta start packing up everything to get ready to leave in a day and a half, and I gotta work on Wednesday. I don't want to go back to that Grand Theft Auto 5 looking ass town, looking ass state, that Breaking Bad Walter White cooking meth in his Winnebago hell ass, garbage can ass, child predator ass state. Can't believe that, dude. They got rid of BabsCon for this garbage, bro. Ellie Ray was onto something earlier at the VIP event, and she said, and I quote, we should take a protest to the front doors of these people and show these motherfuckers in California who really runs that hotel. Give you a hint. That's right. We're taking our turf back, motherfucker. I don't give a shit if I'm the CEO, the CFO, the chair, or whatever, and if they invite me when the time is right, guess what? Golden Gates' wife, Golden Gates' life. We're taking back the Bay Area, you bitch ass. Your ugly ass furry convention can suck a fat one. Oh, it's still going on in here? Let's do it. The party's still going on in here, huh? What is this, Grand Theft Auto 5 After Hours update? Maybe I'm insane. Maybe it's meant to be so tough. Maybe all I need is love. Another year passed us by. Only 4 more months left of this sad year. We lost the venue in SF, and this is pretty much our only option now, is coming back to Everfree Northwest. Let's hope things work out, huh? As they once said in, I think, Small Soldiers, or I think like Army Men, the Army Men franchise, we have lost the battle, but we will not lose the war. Oh, I can feel the vibrations, all right. Dude, everybody's going so crazy that I can feel the floor shaking. Are you sure this Hyatt Regency Bellevue is up to regulations?
Is he like good? Are you good, my brother? From another mother? You good? Oh. That's why he did that. Now this is what I'm talking about as a party, man. This is gonna blow some speakers. Yo, I just realized something. Hey, this dude's got pajama edition on him. Kinda like one last party with an old friend. Oh, here we go with the floor shaking again.
Here it is. One last time.
I think about pulling this trigger 3 times a day.
Well, sadly today is the last day here in Seattle, and we had a somewhat decent weekend. It's a shame that I gotta go back to purgatory after today, so it was a somewhat fun weekend, but you know what? Maybe next year will be better. But we had fun. Maybe a little too much fun. But hey, I found a shirt that has sea creatures on it. It's a shame that I gotta leave early morning tomorrow too again. So here's one last look at the hotel until next year. Who knows, maybe next year will be different. Maybe some of our old Netflix voice actors will be back. Maybe we might make some new friends along the way. Which is kind of weird because I ran into a lot of people that are fans of the channel and some people that are not fans of the channel. So who knows, maybe we got a brighter start ahead of us. At least it's nice to see that some of the homeboys from California are also here too. So it's also good to see that a good majority of the old crew is still around in one way or another. God, man, I miss BabsCon, dude. I gave everything for that venue. And now we have to resort to this being the new home convention. It was either between this one or Texas. And well, judging how this is our second time here, maybe we can make some fresher starts at this place. Maybe, one day, some of the people will want me to come back home here. But unfortunately for now, I can't really call the Hyatt Regency Bellevue home or Everfree Northwest. I feel like we haven't gotten to that level yet, but maybe someday we will become one with Marina and her friends. Someday. Someday we will. Paddy Coyne's Irish Pub. Anytime I see an Irish pub design like that, I just think that one episode of Ghost Adventures that was filmed here in Seattle. What was it called? Kel's Irish Pub or something? Where I guess they built it on like a corrupt, dead funeral home or something. I don't remember. All I know is they built down like a funeral home, and I guess like people were getting pushed down the stairs, and I don't know if it was true or not, but I guess Ghost Adventures caught like this like half-bodied apparition, and this guy that was doing construction work took a photo of some person's face that was in the construction work that wasn't there. It was a really trippy episode. I still can't believe they went through with this decision. You took away a good event and replaced it with this. Shamuta. Like when Trevor Phillips was in Grand Theft Auto 5 and he's like, I grieved for you. Mother. I grieved for you. Weren't even f***ing dead. I became one with the sea creatures, and you weren't even dead after all.
I watched this woman get super excited over the word shopping. That's rare.
I'm more like Fluttershy, frankly.
Andrew, do you have any answer for that?
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say that. No one, I mean, she was struggling with the answer, but in my mind I was thinking, she's the Fluttershy.
And also on this panel we have Andrea Livman with us. Now, I remember meeting Andrea many years ago in 2017 at Equestria LA. I never thought one day I would actually be working with her that long ago. So, Andrea, how does it feel to be on this panel here today?
Awesome.
And joining us also here is Mark Ass.
Mark Ass? Mark Ass? Mark Ass, come on. Mark Ass. Dude.
Alright, I'm like half awake right now, so Mark, we know you as the voice of Lord T-Rex, but some of us know you as Buddy's co-worker in the post office downstairs.
I recognize him now.
Yeah. I just want to tell you, every time I see that scene now, I have to have a little extra morning syrup in my coffee, so... Was that scene fun for you to work on? Yeah.
I was called in to work on, and then we spent 2 hours doing all the rest of it. Fun. Sorry, I need to. Whoa. Yeah, that was fun. He actually tickled me, and he did not tell me he was going to tickle me, and he tickled me.
Well, might I say that that whole scene was ad-libbed perfectly. We loved it.
Yeah. Now, no stranger to Match Game, we have Vincent Tron back with us. For some of you who are Van Hoover, he was on that panel with us. So, Vincent, I have a question for you. Sandbar, what would be a perfect beach day for Sandbar, in your opinion?
Well, the perfect beach day would have to include some sun, some surf, and my lovely Yona.
I like that answer. So, enough chit-chat. How about we play some Match Game? So, for those of you who... So, before we get started here, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that for many of us on this panel, we lost a dear friend of ours on Friday evening. Many of you know her as Iron Captain or Michelle Velasquez, thank you. She passed away after dealing with many complicating health conditions, and myself, Bobby, and Red Card knew this person really well. She was a huge G5 supporter and probably the biggest fanatic out of all of us here. She was someone who we roomed with at various different conventions and brought us so much joy and so much passion that this weekend's felt a little bit more hollow than usual. I'm definitely going to miss Iron's presence, and I would like to acknowledge at this time to take a moment of silence and to remember our dear friend, Iron Captain.
Let's do it.
Now, I want to introduce our contestants. We do not have contestants up here. So,
not with that attitude.
So I have my lovely wheel here, and hopefully I can get the right one up here. There it is. VIP. So, let's get some contestants up here. Our first contestant for VIP Match Game will be Master Code. And our second contestant for the game will be. That was like a couple months in advance, though, right? Nikki D, come on down! With the one and only Andrea Lipman.
I said breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Andy Price.
I said pretty and pink.
Pretty and pink. Chris.
Bad news bears.
Bad news bears. Ellie Ray.
Reading in the city.
Okay.
You got me working on that one? Reading in the city, South in the city.
Yeah, get it? I got you. One. I'm worried.
Oh no.
They shoot horses, don't they?
Already we're off the rails, Taylor. Already we're off the rails.
Freaking Nicole Oliver is just cracking up over there. Nicole Oliver is just losing it over there.
It was nice meeting
Nicole.
Oh.
Are we ever gonna get through this?
I don't know.
I said Heather's.
Okay. Sarah.
I think I did this wrong. I said Terrifier.
Terrifier. Art the Clown.
Since your character is ready, what would she select for movie nights?
Drop dead, gorgeous.
Drop Dead Gorgeous. Really good answer. And it's Tom.
I said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's not a bad answer.
They were all really good answers, just not the one we were looking for.
I thought yours was the best.
Oh, and Nikki.
And for the record, Devil Wears Prada, my stepfather loves that movie.
Alright, so Nikki, you're gonna get your prompt now, and Red Card, you have the honors to read this prompt.
All right, you got it. The student 6 decided it was a good day to go to the beach to beat the heat.
Potato sandwich.
So, Andrea, we are looking for Wawa Hoagies.
I don't know what that is.
There's no Wawa. It's an East Coast convenience store chain, and we love it in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the hoagies are great. It's a sandwich.
What do you have, Andrea? Andy.
I don't know what a Wawa hoagie is. I live in Little Rock, Arkansas. But I said Speedos. Horses that are already naked.
Chris.
Here.
Yeah!
But not the word I'm looking for. Real though.
Wawa hoagies, no, but I said magic.
Bing bong!
Mark.
I said something normal this time. Clothes.
Whoa!
Clothes.
Nicole.
I said sunscreen.
From the Princess of the Sun. I mean, yeah, of course, how can you forget sunscreen?
I think I'm too far northeast for Wawa. I'm up in the Dunkin' Donuts region. I also overcorrected and said towels.
Towel.
For the record, we also have Dunkin' Donuts. I think that's pretty much everywhere in America.
Yeah, do you have a Dutch Bros question?
What was that?
Do you have a Dutch Bros?
I don't believe we do. Tabitha.
Horse boy hair gel.
Pick that shirt, please.
Again, not a bad answer, not what we're looking for. Vincent.
I said, what? Just kidding. Speedos.
Speedos, really?
Sally knew dress for her client, but she suddenly ran out of diamonds and so on. So on a pitch she said, oh, I know. I'll sell it some flame too. Make it all glamorous as well. Make it all glamorous as well.
Gems.
Gems. Okay. Sounds like a reasonable answer. Andrea, I'm looking for gems.
Gems?
Gems.
Uncut gem. Pony tears.
What?
Interesting.
My best rarity voice. I'm gonna sew on some sequins.
Close, but not quite.
Chris. Sparkles. Sparkles.
Gem sparkle.
Hip hop tea.
No, not quite.
Tea. Hip hop tea.
Wawa Bangles.
Wawa Bangles.
From the East Coast.
I think we should match. I said sapphires.
You know what, Master?
I would give it.
Yeah!
Sarah.
I again misunderstood the question. So, I'm going with auditory gems of bells.
Tabitha.
Also on some gummy bears!
Gummy bears.
Also on some cutie mark crusaders.
Oh!
Got it, everybody.
They shoot horses, don't they?
I'm terrified, but we did get a match out of that.
Got one match out of that. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot I left blank my keys. Fluttershy came home from tracking freezes, only to find her cottage a wreck. After her shock, she said, oh yeah, I forgot I left blank my keys. My friend. Hi friend. Hi buddy. Fluttershy came home from tracking the breezes, only to find her cottage a wreck. After her shock, she said, oh yeah, I forgot I left blank my keys.
Man, I'm gonna have to say, she left Discord with her keys.
Oh!
I think that's a pretty solid answer.
Andrea, we are looking for Discord.
Come on, Andrea, please help me out here.
Oh my goodness, what a mess. I forgot that I left Pinky my key.
Oh no!
Oh man.
Andy, we are looking
The manager of Wawa Hoagies.
He said Mickey as well.
Man, it's all go.
Chris, we are looking for Discord. Ellie, please tell me you have Discord.
I said Wawa hoagie, but I changed. I think
Mayonnaise.
Big one!
Mark, please.
Mark, we are looking for Discord.
Yeah, I picked a new character. A Hurricane Hank.
I will say that that's very creative, but not when we're looking for I'm sorry. Nicole, please tell me.
I said Discord.
I submit that Nicole is cheating.
Oh!
I'm just intellectually superior, that's all.
Sarah, we're looking for Discord.
No, but I got Angel, so she ain't getting those back anytime.
The raccoon.
Raccoon. And Vincent.
Emily Larson.
Okay,
We had one match from that.
Alright, so just like last time, we're going into a tiebreaker round. The way this will work is that there will be one prompt. The both of you will give me 2 answers. The person that has the most matches wins the game. Your tiebreaker's wrong. Good luck. We'll go like this. Spike said, Twilight Sparkle treats me like a dog. For my birthday, she gave me a blank. Spike said, Twilight Sparkle treats me like a dog. For my birthday, she gave me a blank like a dog. For my birthday, she gave me a what? Master Code, I will start with you.
A bone.
A bone. Thank you.
I'm gonna say chew toy.
Both really good answers. Now whoever gets the most matches out of this wins the game. So Andrea, I will start with you.
I said a walk.
A walk. That's a good one. Andy.
Well, I didn't know Twilight went that way with Spike, but I said a collar.
Now is it a regular collar or a shot collar?
Oh!
I didn't even go there.
Chris.
Tennis ball.
Tennis ball. Yeah, you know what? You can.
Well, you can chew a collar.
Yeah, I would give that. He's got one. Ellie.
Chicken wing. Wing.
Bing bong! Bing.
I said chicken wing ball. That's a ball. Chicken wing ball. Chicken wing ball.
Bing bong!
I'll give it to you. All right, Mark.
I have finally figured this game out. You cheat. I looked at Nicole's answer. Bone.
Nicole.
I also said bone.
Sarah.
I said tapeworm treatment because she.
Tabitha.
About in Wawa.
About in Wawa. Very specific. And Vincent.
A diving pooper scooper.
Well, that's it. That's good. You have one match game.
Sadly, we made it through another year, and it looks like sadly they're wrapping up the guest of honor section. Man, it's like you can't even breathe anymore without having a good time, and then it's gone way too quick. Well, I guess that means we just prepare for next year, I guess. Alright, well, we're going into closing ceremony now. You know what I find funny? I don't think the event organizers are getting their deposit back from the balloon from the party on the weekend.
What balloon?
We realized that we didn't actually introduce ourselves, so I'm gonna say hi real fast. I'm Ruth Alice.
Hi, Ruth Alice. And I am Button.
Button!
And we are co-chairs of Everfree Northwest, and we've had a fantastic weekend with you all. We are going to wrap up some of the highlights of this weekend, and I think our mascots are going to help us do that.
Yeah.
Let's bring them out. The Everfree Northwest mascots, everyone.
Get up on the speech.
Mine must be seeing all the awesome VIPs that showed up.
That was great.
Yeah!
I think mine was being at the gala with all of my good friends. I loved being at the concerts and taking pictures all night. It was so fun.
Mine was getting to hear all your amazing stories.
Yeah!
Ominous sounds. Mine was every single minute of this weekend!
Who spent some time in the vendor hall this weekend?
Oh yeah!
So many of you! How many of you went to the gala and the concert? Who made a new friend?
Several!
Who went to some amazingly fun panels? Who is coming back next year?
Bring it on!
Well, this weekend couldn't have happened with so many amazing guests and friends, and we'd like to bring out some of those VIP friends to say a final goodbye to you right now. So let's bring up some of those amazing guests.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming by our tables and supporting the comics, which is super appreciated. And it was really lovely to meet all of you, and I hope I get to see you guys next year. So, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You don't know how important this is for us because you guys provide the energy that keeps us working at 2 in the morning when we're on a deadline. So much more is like, for me, living in a 8x20 room with my cat, drawing by myself, and being able to connect with you guys is so very important to all of us. You don't know what it means to us. And the other thing I want to leave you with is that my Kickstarter still has 20 days left, so if you guys could all go on, I appreciate it.
3 days, they were amazing and full and complete, yet a mouthful of memories for me. So many pictures, so many gifts, so many thank yous. Thank you.
One more big round of applause for these and all our other amazing VIPs this weekend. And I do believe we have a special message from one of our VIP friends. Play the clip. Cue the special message. Special message. Here it is. Yay.
Phenomenal Everfree Northwest bronies. What a spectacular weekend. I adore you with every ounce of my being because you bring the magic.
Bing bong!
Did I hear it? Did I hear it from the other side of the veil? Bing bong!
Bing bong!
Bing bong! It's the magic. Bing bong is so incredible. And you raised it this weekend. What a joy. My first Everfree Northwest, and I will be returning here because this is a spectacular convention.
Yeah!
And you helped us. We had a brilliant time. We love you, bronies, so much. Have a phenomenal closing. Know that you have raised incredible monies for the charity auction and also given great love and supported the friendship of the community of ponies and bronies through this fandom. You are fabulous. And I adore you. I adore you. And I will see you all real soon. And we will raise the bar again in all things friendship.
Bing bong!
And that was our fabulous Ellie Ray. Let's now bring up all of our amazing community guests and musicians that are still here to sing about. Y'all can be louder than that.
That's good.
And musicians. feel like I'm talking about. Let's give them all a big thank you, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Our community guests and our
Yes,
musicians.
we love you. Thank you for all your hard work. Conga line. Let's do that as we exit and bring Kips on stage. Oh. Ready? Can you please Everfree us off? Go.
Everfree! 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 Everfree!
Minty fresh. Natural flutter. Purple. I think. Pink mantis.
And we have Winston, Zephyr Sunset, Addie Melody, Aether Theorem, Algernon 97, Apple Geek, Deephead Dragon, Campfire Glow, Coaster Brony, Evil Bob,
Flaming Dash. Folded Fox. Grand Moth Pony. Herbie Hops.
I love you guys!
Jackalope. Jet Setter. I hear like double digits. I feel like that's something like
What do you think, AB? What's the number?
4,000!
Okay. What do we got?
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay.
2,000!
Coming back and sharing the magic with us. We had some incredible magic just before closing ceremonies. Who was here for the auction? Let's see that total on the screen. That is a new record for Everfree Northwest, and it went up by about $200, so I think we had to last minute change the slide, so it should say $50,500 that we raised for various charity partners, including Backpack Brigade, so thank you all for your generosity.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
500, almost
Social
51
media.
grand. That's not bad.
Yes. Did you take photos this weekend?
Yes, we did.
Well, we happen to have a hashtag. Do you remember what it was?
Hashtag EFNW 2025.
Yes. Yes, we'd like you to use that. Share your photos so that other people can see. Yeah.
On top of that, check out our Discord. We're gonna have a memories channel for sharing your Everfree 2025 memories.
It's already up there.
It's already up there.
It is. And we also have a Facebook, so check that out as well. Are you guys interested in attending again?
Yeah!
I'd like to know when that might be happening.
Yeah!
Guess what? August 21st through the 23rd next year.
21st to 23rd.
Put it on your calendar. And if you would like to purchase tickets, you can do so now. Badges are available.
We have early bird registration available right now, and you can register for $65 for the whole weekend. We also have some sponsor packages that you might want to check out, because I don't know if you saw those sponsor shirts this year were pretty cool.
Well, I guess it's time to go home. Guess it's time to go home now, man. The person I helped with the wedding engagement is still here. I'm inside the Cinemark Lincoln Square Cinema here in Washington State, and I wanted to see what the difference was between this one and the local one that is closest to me, and wow. There is a lot of space to work with, and it looks a lot more cleaner, and they have stuff that is different than the other location. Like, they're selling Dippin' Dots, they're selling shakes at this place. Bro. Recently heard that Cinemarket's trying to do a renovation on that one that's closest to me in the other state, and apparently it's supposed to be an over $2 million renovation. So I just wanted to see how a more up-to-date one here in Seattle compares to one in the Southwest. And wow, dude, it's pretty actually crazy. It's actually like really crazy in here. Yo, they got Cholula in this place. Man, this place has got some updated things. This has to be like one of the more nicer Cinemark locations I've seen. It looks like it's clean, well organized. Doesn't seem like the employees are fighting with each other. Damn. And this is the Lincoln Square Cinemas in Washington State, and it just looks beautiful. Oh, dude. Another event down, another year gone. Oh, man. Another weekend done, and none of our Netflix celebrities showing up. But I mean, we had a decent event. It wasn't the greatest, it wasn't the worst, it was just decent. Well, you know what that means. Since this PG event is over and we gotta leave for our flight pretty soon, you know what that means. When I get home, I'm busting my dick out and I'm f***ing jerking it. I've been meaning to jerk my jerkins in a bottle of Jergens for like the past few days, but I couldn't do it because there's kids around and I'm not a pedophile. So now that there's no kids around and the event is over for this year, I guess I'm beating my shit when I get home and ain't nobody gonna f***ing stop me. It's been a fun summer, but back to school is already here. Yeah, well, guess what? Back to school might be already here. You f***ing bitch. Back to school might be already here, but you know what I'm doing with this thing?
I'm gonna shove it up my ass.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am such a demented, sick, disgusting bastard. What the f*** is wrong with me? Suck my The Burger King can suck my balls. Look at this. She's a good person. She always treats me like a member of her family. She's a good person. She always treats me like fam, dude. She always looks out after me like my Nana that passed away a few years ago. Oh! Hey, Everfree! That's the wrong @ That's for Izzy Moonbow, not Ellie Ray Hennessy / Miss Main. Yeah. Had a good time with this dude. She always treats me like one of her own. She always treats me like a good person too, but the fact that they made a wrong mistake, that's the funnier thing. I need to actually send that to the server.
What happened with you? I did not catch any of that.
Man, just to think that I'm sadly done doing these conventions this year. We were at Bay Area Brony Spectacular in April with our final goodbyes in California, and now we just finished up with Everfree Northwest 2025 here in Washington State. And the only thing on my schedule next year is coming back to this venue again. I mean, I could go to the events in Texas and whatnot, but I got a lot of finances that are coming up pretty soon. And here it is, like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, about us getting ready to leave Seattle after the closing ceremony. But hey, at least we got our registration for next year for coming back, but it's just, yeah, it's gonna be another tiring flight. And I also hate to say this, but this is also sadly the final year we'll be flying with Southwest. If we're gonna continue to go to this event in Seattle, we're gonna need to arrange a faster flight method. And day 0 usually starts like Thursday at noon and runs until 6. And somebody that I was talking to said that I should go fly with Alaska Airlines because they're, you know, non-stop flights and they're a lot more quicker. And I was looking through some of the things with Alaska, and there's a flight that constantly leaves daily from my state at 8 o'clock in the morning and gets to Seattle by 10. So they're an option I might look into. But sadly, this is also the final year I'll be traveling with these guys. Also next year, I won't be traveling with Golden Gates like we did this year. This was her final chance to come up to Seattle and have everybody say their final goodbyes, which gotten a lot of notable mentions on Twitter through Everfree Northwest. And sadly, I'm just coming up by myself next year. As much as I'd like to bring her along, I think after her event ended like 4 months ago, I think it's time for her to pretty much retire and just rest it off, you know? Who knows, maybe one day the event in California will be with us again. And it's not some freaking Freakier Friday looking furry convention that's out there. Nothing against furries, but I think a lot of us would have preferred if we had a My Little Pony convention out there in San Francisco and not whatever this is. I mean, you know, cuss me out, but honestly, you can label me as a CEO, CFO, you know, whatever executive charge for helping out this event. But I think what we need is a change in leadership. Like some people that really know what they're doing. Because apparently, and I'm going to say this right now, firing the concert lead 3 weeks before the event happened in April was a really stupid decision. I was in charge of the operations for BabsCon. Let's just say we'd get the concert lead back, but we would triple the amount of pay that she's getting received. So honestly, what I'm saying is we should double down, but also double to triple her pay, as you know, a part of all the drama that happened recently back in April. You know, as a sign of forgiveness, is basically what I'm trying to say. Well, we made it through security at Seattle to I can't speak, but we made it through security at Seattle Tacoma, and this has been a really upsetting year, dude. I mean, just considering the fact that BabsCon is no longer with us, and I brought one of the last ever commissions that were ever made from Equestria plush all the way up here to the Pacific Northwest. And we got a lot of positive feedback about it, especially Everfree Northwest making notable mentions about it. But unfortunately, next year, not only am I changing flight companies, but I'm also going to be flying alone. I feel like, with all due respect, after bringing a friend up here in the Pacific Northwest, so that way they can say their final goodbyes, it is time to let her rest. And next year, it's just gonna be me by myself. You know, some might call me stupid, but I honestly feel like she's my favorite pony. I mean, I've done so much for the venue in California. I busted everything possible, tooth and nail, spent over $6,000 trying to resuscitate that venue. And I've gotten, you know, not really much respect from any of the other events, except for this one. I feel like maybe after all these years, maybe I found my puzzle piece. That's a funny name for a cookie company. Lowrider Cookie Company. What is this, like sponsored by the Vagos?
Vagos, I'm a El Chapin, I'll kick your ass.
What's your problem, pendejo? You want beef with Marabunta?
I guess we'll see you around, Marina. I guess we'll see you around, Marina. I guess we'll see you around.
Well, we'll see you next year, old friend. Fortunately, now it's time to go home. I'm done traveling for this year. Everybody's like, oh no, you should go to Ponyville Cider Fest. And I'm like, bruh, I was at BabsCon, I was at Everfree. I'm good, dude. I'm going home, doing some work on my car, getting some rest. I think I'm done traveling for this year, dude. I'm good. Sky of mashed potatoes. Man, out of all the times that I traveled through Denver, this is the first time I've ever seen clouds coming in and everything. Now, I've seen weather before, but to be in Seattle for 5 days and it being nice and sunny and nice and warm, and then we start coming home and we're flying through the Southwest with Southwest and we got weather like this going on. You would expect this weather would have picked up in Seattle, not Denver or Albuquerque or something. It's like Stephen King's The Mist all over again. Oh, now I can't even see the end of the plane now. Oh, well, we're landing, but it's hard to see. When I said, and I quote, "I'll never forget about you, old friend," I meant it. Here we are in Denver International Airport in Colorado on our way back from Everfree Northwest 2025. And it's been a tiring flight, it's been a tiring weekend, and I did in fact bring an old friend. Through a multitude of different states, and apparently checking my Twitter, Everfree Northwest had dropped by a total of 5 times on a lot of notifications. And some of those consisting when I talked about how I was bringing her with me to this event. I'm keeping my little emotional broken ass heart open that one day, old friend, your event will come back. And when or if it does, I won't have to sit there with my dick in my hand wondering if you're gonna be okay. And I'm not saying it's ever gonna return, but you know what? If that furry convention in California that took your place doesn't do too well, you never know. Maybe they might be like, we made a big f***ing bad decision. We need to bring back Bay Area. And maybe they'll get a lot more money and people coming in through the doors. You never know. You also never know. Maybe one of these days, I could be the chair. I could be the CFO. I could be the CEO. I could be a member of security at that place if they decide to revamp it. You never f***ing know. I will say though, the decision of firing the musician lead a few weeks before was a really dumb idea. But you know what? The other organizers at BabsCon, they were some amazing, loving individuals, and it breaks my heart that they had to go through the shit that they went through. Like, okay, the whole musician thing I can understand, but these guys invited me into their lives, their wedding receptions, their dinner tables, their staff member parties. They wanted me to take you home from this year's event in California.
I got treated more than just like an attendee. I got treated like family out there. And I forgot what that feels like to go to an event and being treated like family and not just some random stranger. I forget what that's like. When I said back in California this year, I'd never forget you, old friend, I meant it. All the great times and all the great staff and everything you've ever done for me. I will never forget anything that you've done. And that's where we are today. Coming back from Everfree Northwest after spending a whole weekend out there, after numerous photo opportunities, and keeping to that promise that I'd never forget about you, old friend. Your event always had a special space in my life, and the way that your organizers treated me is way better than any of the other venues that I've ever been at. Just the fact that these guys have been so loving and supportive and have to go through that shit. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. You know, honestly, everybody has their own favorites in this fan base. And people might criticize me, but I think we were meant to be favorites forever. You've done so much for me, just like I've done for you. And I think after all these years of trial and error, I think I found out who I really belong with. They got Air Canada and Air New Zealand, as well as apparently Air United Emirates Airlines servicing San Francisco. Wow, that's a new one. Virgin Mobile Australia Airlines. Virgin Mobile Australia Airlines. That's, what the heck? Look, they got the UAE in here now. I wonder if they're talking business. Little Man Ice Cream. You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of a guy I used to work with called Armando. And Armando was like this short, weird dude that he was like, I don't know, he got fired for, I guess, trying to like rig Black Panther tickets. But yeah, it's like when I saw this shop, I immediately thought about him because he tried to pick fights with people that were like 3 times his size. He would be like some 4 foot, 5 foot dude trying to throw hands with like a 7 foot, 6 foot dude. And the one thing that he always said was like, you want to fight, little man? And he's like this little 5 foot dude trying to throw hands with a 6 or a 7 foot dude. But just the way he says it when he's at work, he's like, you want to get beat up, little man? You want to fight, little man? You want to throw hands, little man? This shop made me think of him for a second while I'm out here in Denver. Imagine that viral video of this guy in a bagel shop that's like 3 feet tall trying to throw hands with like somebody who's like 6 feet tall.
But by far my favorite thing about the entire clip is the little chest bump on the guy ready to rumble. He chest bumps the dude's nutsack. This guy is so short, and the guy he's trying to tussle with is so much taller than him that when he does the little chest bump to be intimidating, his tits are rubbing the man's penis. His nipples are handshaking his scrotum.
You shut up too. Just shut the f up. Go ahead and attack me, Jacob. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's literally Armando. Disney has this habit of like doing pass restricted movies, and Armando somehow like violated the pass restrictions for, I think it was Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So like he got tickets when the movie was pass restricted, And I think that's how he got fired. Oh, it's a tough decision. Do I want to go back with all the child porn trafficking state police officers, the child abusers, the drug traffickers, the governor who's useless, you know, the people that can't drive straight? Or should I run straight to one of two gates to get me to safety? Should I return where I came from? Or should I go somewhere that they treated me like family? Tough decisions indeed. Tough decisions. That is a really retro Southwest Airlines flight. That's like the throwback colors before they changed them. Dude, that's wild. The big question is, on the event tier list, where does this put Everfree Northwest 2025 on our list of events this year? After thinking it over for the past few days, I have decided to put it in the B tier list of all the events we have been at for this year or any of the other years. Under a few reasons. The first reason is about 30 to 50% of the guests of honor that they confirmed this year, they were all mostly people we had met with in San Francisco prior. Now, that's not saying that myself, Ellie Ray Hennessy, and Tabitha St. Germain, as well as a few others, we didn't have a good time this year, which we did. It's always a blessing when those guys always see me either through Twitter or in person, and we always have the greatest times together. And myself and Tabitha, we always shared this like interesting bond through Facebook, or not through Facebook, but through Twitter or through these in-person events, and we've developed quite an interesting friendship together. The reason I put it as a B tier list is because, you know, 30 to 50% of the guests of honor are going to be there that were previously in San Francisco, but there was also another situation that came across recently, a few weeks prior to this event. A few weeks prior to this event, which put it in the B tier list, and I'm not going to be saying who this person is, there was another person that got sent under investigation for unprofessional conduct. I'm not going to say who he is, but let's just say that this individual made me feel uncomfortable as a vendor back in April. And when I tried to talk to this guy about apologizing and letting him know that his actions made me feel uncomfortable, this individual decided to escalate stuff and never bothered apologizing or taking accountability. He even went as far as saying, and I quote, "Everfree Northwest was better before you showed up." So he's trying to put the finger on me, saying that I ruined his event for him. Right now, I'm not going to say who he is or what jurisdiction he's under, but he is currently under investigation through HR for unprofessional conduct, which is another thing that happened ironically a couple years ago with a guy that I believe fell off the face of the earth, who I said, and I quote, told me to shut the up. So, unfortunately, it wasn't good enough to break the performance what happened 2 years ago, because 2 years ago, we had a much higher rating on the scale, but we did have a somewhat decent year. It just wasn't enough to break what happened 2 years ago. It wasn't enough to break Pajama Edition this year or Willy Wonka Edition in California last year. Now, keep in mind that, you know, I don't care what people have to agree or disagree on my statements, but I've been thinking about this for the past few days, and it was either an A tier event, B tier event, or C tier, and I put it as B tier because we at least had a somewhat decent year. Now, if it was like what happened with Space Edition, it would have been farther down the grid. But the fact that, you know, some of these people that we met in San Francisco, we still shared some memorable times together, alongside with the fact that the person that is currently heading this investigation of this individual apologized for his actions and, you know, tried to take accountability and make it, you know, reasonable. I didn't drop it any lower than a B this year.